responsibility to educate students as well as society, and I think that is one of the concerns that has always been there with me since last 50 years. The college that I started in 62 had no doors, it was open. So I think we need to find a new way of looking at things, fresh approach to life and philosophy of life. Our responsibility as architect is how do we really create things which will not only last long but which would sustain over a period of time in spite of the changes that would take place. We have now traffic everywhere, the villages are changing, the towns are changing, the cities are expanding. I think resources are going to be limited. Resources are not going to be there for long, especially natural resources. The land will get limited, the climate is changing, the rivers are depleting. So our role as architect is to really look at how do we revitalize our resources, how do we save time and energy. I think young architects need to connect to the world. Young architects need to understand technology. Young architects need to learn about how to economize and sustain buildings as well as society's culture.
It is even more special because it's the 40th anniversary of the founding of the prize, and we are honoring an exceptional laureate, Balkrishna Doshi.
Yet Doshi is unique. No architect living today has brought as long or as deeply about the spiritual dimension of architecture as Balkrishna Doshi. Doshi is recognized as a sage of our profession, a profoundly wise man, not just because his impressive age of 90, but also because his nearly 70-year-long career has been a meditation on what it means to be an architect. Doshi is the perennial student, forever eager to learn. It is this openness of mind and heart that imbues him with such vitality and ensures these relevance for decades to come.
Look at the boldness of Doshi, who's at ease with himself as he navigates the inner clash of cultures and civilizations. He begins his journey by apprenticing to the West, but as you all know, that was just the beginning of the journey. Doshi's journey was not just a professional journey, not just a trip to another continent. He traveled not just to the West, but to the inner depths of his spirit. So for our family, this year's selection resonates deeply. Balkrishna Doshi, can I ask you to please come forward? And it's with great pleasure that I present you with this year's PRITZKER Architectural Prize for 2018. So,
I am touched, moved, and I have no words to speak. This is the ultimate that one could ever aspire. Over 60 years of practice, I discovered the search is to amend disparities to finally merge the heterogeneous with the homogeneous. As a result, I discovered my inclination to teach, to learn and question the real nature of the habitat and its course to celebrate life. This guided me to design the campuses with integrated, interwoven, in-between spaces, places and streets, creating a whole new world. Finally, similar to our Hindu concept of Trinity, which depicts creation, preservation and reincarnation, as if Brahma, Vishnu, the Brahma the creator, Vishnu the preserver and Mahesh the destroyer, I too attempted to touch the society at large and learned that time and energy is the real essence. If I can redefine and touch this energy, In all my attempts in layouts, design of cells, clusters, neighborhoods, maybe I can reach the ocean of harmony, tolerance, togetherness, humility, forgiveness and cooperation.